Hello, hello, hello. Let's see what I can do about making this work. Okay. Looks like we're live. Looks like we're live, and I am technically behind the curveball as usual. Anyway, happy Saturday to everybody out there. Let's go ahead and let's clear some cards. After we get done clearing some cards, we are going to do a little bit of Reiki. After we do the Reiki, then we're going to look at our best manifestation advice for everybody who is here during the time that I am broadcasting or who stumbles across this video later. Spirit's energy is not limited by time or by space, so you can be benefited by this video even if you don't catch it live. So right now I'm just clearing cards to get ready. This is a great time to be thinking about what is it that you want to manifest so that your request can be mixed into the shuffle with everybody else's, and Spirit can come up with something that's going to benefit all of us. So when I talk about best advice for manifestation, this is going to be best advice that's going to be applicable over the next 24 hours. And this is going to be whether you're trying to manifest something big or something small, doesn't really matter to me. It's still going to be best advice over the next 24 hours. At least that's what the intention is. Of course, this is for a large group, but I find that Spirit's pretty good about handling the groups. Just about as good with the groups as he is with the individuals. So I think we'll be okay. Tammy Bambi, good morning. Miss Rhoda, good morning. Divyansha Mishra, good morning. Welcome, y'all. We're just getting started. We're getting woke up here. Grab you a cup of coffee. What time is it where y'all are? What time is it where y'all are? This is what I love about the internet. We can reach the whole wide world. He's got the whole world in his net. It's an old catechism school song. He's got the whole world in his hands. The whole world. I don't know if the whole world's online. Maybe some of the poorer places are not. That's a shame. But we can reach an awful lot more places than we used to be able to, that's for sure. "9:55 where you are, so you are on Central Time. I'm on Mountain Time. It's 8:51 here. 8:54, excuse me. Boopity-doo-doo. Time just flew by. I just added 3 minutes in about half of a second. Boopity-doo-doo-doo. 9:54, so you're also Central Time. You guys are in the same time zone. Boop-a-da-doo. Okay, so we have cards cleared. Let me do a sip of coffee, and then we are going to start our Reiki. After that, we'll do manifestation advice, and then we'll start breaking it down into some of the little mini readings. So, first of all, Reiki, and I am setting the intention for whatever is for the highest and best good of each of you as individuals. If you want something specific, more specific for the Reiki to focus on, please feel free to go ahead and make that adjustment. And if you're not shy about sharing, please let us know what you're using the Reiki for today. And for me, I'm asking the Reiki to give me a good attitude. Let's see, we got started at 56 after the hour according to my computer. That means we will finish up at 1 minute after the next hour. We have 3 more minutes. Oh, somebody's third eye is really taking in some energy right now. One more minute. Okay, let's wrap up the Reiki. All right, and let's move on into our manifestation advice for today. I guess I should say for the next 24 hours. You're quite welcome. Quite welcome. And you guys, you never have to, but if you want to support the work on the channel, there is a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description box below. Of course, if you'd like to book a 1-hour Reiki session just for you, where you're the only one receiving that energy, that is also possible. That is at my website. All right. Let's take a peek at our best manifestation advice for today using the traditional Rider-Waite cards. Let's see what we have show up. Boop-a-da-doo-doo. Also, by the way, if you want to learn Reiki, I've got a Reiki class forming right now. You can see about that on my website too, under the tab. I think I've got it called Learn Reiki. It's very original. And that's going to be an online course. I'm very excited to be teaching it. Let's see. Best manifestation advice. Well, let's see. We're starting off with the Scorpio card in reverse, typically labeled as the Death card, but I don't like to call it that. Transition card is a good one. Ace of Cups behind that, and Seven of Cups right side up. Yeah. So this is talking about really don't change anything. Hold your ground and hold your ground. So you're already doing whatever you need to do to manifest what you want. Hold your ground. Hold your ground by finding things to love, finding things to appreciate. And with the Seven of Cups, finding all kinds of things to appreciate. Hold your ground by finding as much to appreciate as you can. And so this hold your ground might be that you normally already find things to appreciate. This is basically saying don't change a thing. Keep finding lots and lots of things to appreciate to manifest what you want. And this is an interesting thing because this is genuine appreciation that we want to offer. This, you can't fake this, but you can think about things and you can stop taking them for granted, which we typically do. Like, how many of us think about how good our pillow feels under our head, or how beautiful sunlight is, or how much it lifts our moods, or, the idea that we have a nice place to sit and take in a video. So, all kinds of things that we can appreciate around us, we want to really maximize our appreciation today. We want to make sure we're looking around at our abundance that that is and appreciate all the little things. All the little things. Because, law of attraction, law of vibration, when we get into that appreciation vibration and we're offering that up, then that actually it resonates with other things that would cause us to have appreciation again, and those things start coming into us. And so that just amplifies the vibration and starts to build momentum. So appreciation is the big key for manifesting today. Even if nothing changes in our tangible world, we still want to find things to appreciate. Because how do they change? They change when we change our vibration. So that's our manifesting advice for today, the next 24 hours. Right? Well, worry is our self-sabotage, isn't it? So let's see. Divyansha Mishra, are you still in the room? By the way, I'm going to start calling you Divi if that's okay. If it's not, just let me know and I will not. I want to make sure I'm spelling your name right. Let's see. So she put in the first request. Rhoda. Hello there, Pink. Welcome, welcome. You just missed our Reiki and our manifestation message. Let's see. Manifestation advice, I should say. Okay. So for Rhoda, we have a question. What does she need to know about M? That's how we're going to word that. Yep. They usually are pretty good. This one was a deep one today, deeper than usual. So, Pink, do you have a question for me or would you like a message from Spirit? We're starting off with Divyansha. I hope she's still here, or at least she comes back since she wanted to be added to the list. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Pink, I don't remember giving you a message yesterday. Were you just a witness? A lurking witness? Sometimes people do that. Divyansha. By the way, guys, don't forget to put a thumbs up on this video. Share it out to the world so that other people who need a reading can get a little quick reading. This is a great place for people to come who, aren't in a place right now where they can pay for a reading. They can come here and get a little tidbit, at least. So you definitely want to share this with any peeps. Tammy Bambi needs to be put on the list. Okay, so Pink has a question. Pink, remind me what your first name is because I don't remember. If you've told me before, I apologize, but I've forgotten. But let's see. We have a question here for Pink. And people at college. Also, are we talking about like the staff the professors, or were we talking about other students? Miriam. Yep, you might have to remind me a few times because I am one of those people. All right, so back to Divyansha, Divyansha. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback. I feel like we might have a lot of piggybacks off of this one, especially since I'm not sure if Divyansha's even still in the room. Let's see here. Okay. So we're starting off with the Tower card. Tower card talks about a big shakeup, a big change. And we've got that covered by the Five of Swords, which basically says there's been some kind of big shakeup or big change. Divyansha, I don't think you're actually fighting that. I think you're kind of going with the flow with this. And that's good because these shakeups, even though they can be pretty uncomfortable, they generally do lead us to something better than what we had before. Oh, look, my picture's too big again. Let's make that smaller. That's better. Okay, now, Vast Advisor heads up about this. This talks about, this is interesting because it talks about expressing your feelings. So you definitely want to express your feelings in some kind of healthy way. You want to let them go. With this King of Cups coming up in reverse, this tells me you're not feeling all that hot about this. In fact, you're kind of low-key angry about this, but you've been holding it back. And so, I don't know, I don't think there's anybody here that you're supposed to express your feelings to as much as it's a release of your feelings. It's almost like you accepted this. Basically, what I'm getting is this big shakeup, you kind of just accepted this. And you haven't really allowed yourself to release the feelings that you need to release yet on it. And if you don't do that, you end up having trouble because then you carry that energy, that chaotic energy, really inside of you. So it's time to release those feelings, whether it's through journaling. I mean, if this is a person, this is an angry person. So I don't know that releasing feelings to that person would be safe. It might not be. So you may want to hold back if you're going to release to an angry person. But I think you're holding back your feelings, and it's time to start pouring them out. Whether that's allowing yourself to cry, whether it's journaling, whether you do that through artwork, whatever you do. It's good to accept this and kind of roll with the flow, but also it's good to release any feelings you have around it as well, so you don't let them create chaos in your body. Colleagues, okay. Thank you, Pink. All right, so that was Divyansha. Hope she comes back and hears it because I don't think she's in here right now, really. And we have Rhoda up next. What does Rhoda need to know about M, especially as she considers the relationship with him or her? What does she need to know? What does she need to know about M as she considers the relationship with this person? Boopity doo doo. Let's see what you need to know. Whoa. Wow. We'll have to clarify that one. That's a toxic friendship right there. Woof. Oh, and it stays that way for the long term. Well, I guess we don't have to clarify that one because the next cards tell me that. Ugh. So, dang. Is there anything else she needs to know about this? Wow. Wow. I bet you would like to fix him. That's what I'm thinking. If you don't know it yet, you will after you have lunch with him. So, my King of Swords is somebody who does not communicate that much. All right. When we have the Seven of Wands, this talks about vulnerability. So, I think this is you here, the Queen of Wands. I think that he finds you very attractive. You know, there could be a lot of chemistry there. But this is kind of whenever I'm looking at relationships lately, this is kind of morphed into my dismissive person. This guy used to be my person who throws fits like he's a 4-year-old, even though he's an adult. But lately, this has kind of morphed into, it started changing meaning. Kind of means, man, I just don't talk that much. I'm a little bit dismissive. He's vulnerable. I mean, says that, you know, he's got some hurts in the past that caused that, which is always the truth with the dismissive. They've got hurts in the past that caused that. I think that this is you. I think he finds you totally attractive. I just don't know how far he can actually go with this relationship since he's got these dismissive characteristics showing up so strong here. Okay. Um, yeah. And this really kind of clarifies for me what is this toxicity? Because to me, this is somebody who, even though we can see that they've got a lot of chemistry towards you, they're very attracted to you, this person is going to want to keep things at a friendship level basically indefinitely for the long term. They're never going to want to take things to the next level, even though, you know, they may want benefits with the friendship. But we don't have anything about any kind of commitment here. In fact, we have somebody running away from things even as they're drawn to you. So, yeah. I think the toxicity is that he's got some dismissive issues. And what are dismissive issues? They're based in fear. And what is the devil's only control over of us is fear. And dismissive issues are all about fear of getting too close to where somebody could hurt you. So he definitely operates in fear. That's why this is a toxic friendship, that it can last a long time because he's afraid to take it further than friendship. This could end up being something really frustrating unless you just allow yourself to recognize that this is friendship and this is all it's going to be. Although this person is going to send me mixed signals and have me on that roller coaster if I let them. That's what I would say about that. Divyancha, I just did yours. You asked before anybody else, and I just did yours, so you're going to have to scroll back to watch it. Okay, so that was Rhoda. Boo-ba-doo-doo. Tammy just wanted a message from Spirit. Quite welcome, so sorry. See what's going on my phone. Guys, I do have appointments open for readings today if y'all want a private reading. It's actually why I'm checking my phone to see if somebody just took one of the appointments. So, whenever it vibrates, I have to take a peek. I don't want to miss that. Let's see. Boo-ba-da-doo-doo. Tammy Bambi. Tammy Bambi. Tammy Bambi. Actually, I need to add times for today. I do need to add times for today. Excuse me, guys. Let me hit my calendar really quickly and set up my schedule because I just realized I try to do that before I get here. Let's see. Today is what? Today is the 10th. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Let me get back to work. All right, so Tammy Bambi. Tammy Bambi. All right, everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Tiffy, if I did not say you're welcome, you are welcome. All right, guys, don't forget to share this video so that other people who might need a message could have one as well. Boopity-doo-doo, boopity-doo. All right. Now, look, we've got the 3 of Wands again in my other deck. This is my Gilded Reverie Tarot, I believe. Excuse me. I'm the only one can belch from coffee. I apologize. Hermit card in reverse for Tammy. Oh, sweetness. So, Tammy, this tells me that you've been thinking about some kind of long-term plans. I don't know if this is retirement, where you want to move your house to, where you want to take your vacation. I don't know exactly what this is, but this card talks about long-term plans. Sometimes it also talks about travel. You can see with the ship there that can imply travel as well. But it doesn't have to be travel. I normally just think of it as something for the future or long term. And with the Hermit coming up in reverse here that's being covered by our 3 of Wands, this tells me that you've been thinking long and hard about what you actually want to do for this long-term plan. And now that you have figured out what your priorities are and where you want to go from here, now we see you coming out and actually doing something towards making these plans happen. Okay. And remember, this is a message from Spirit. So I don't set the topic. I also don't set the time frame. Can be past, present, or future. Okay. Now, let's look at your best advice or heads up. What we have showing up here, we have the La Pape in this. This would be the Hierophant in any other deck. And this basically says, making the best advice or insight is it's time to actually make a commitment. And this is a long-term commitment. This isn't just like, I am going to buy macaroni because I want to make it for supper on Thursday night. This is something more long-term, more weighty. This is something like, this could be marrying somebody, but I don't know that that's what I'm looking at here. This could also be a mortgage or making a big payment towards a cruise or buying a car, and maybe that would have to do with my 3 of Wands, but something that would be long term. This is a longer term commitment. It's going to affect your life for more than, I'm going to say probably more than a year, definitely more than 6 months with this card in general. Now, with the Knight of Coins coming up in reverse, this talks about I'm making a commitment. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this has to do with a person. This says I'm making a commitment to not put any more energy or effort, or maybe not put any energy or effort towards somebody who tries to be controlling, maybe even actually physically abusive, but definitely mentally and emotionally abusive. This is you saying my commitment is to not put any more energy or effort into this situation with this person who is bossy or pushy or manipulative or maybe even physically aggressive or violent. Doesn't have to be a man, even though it shows up as the King of Wands, but we're talking about personality aspects here. So this could be a female that acts this way. Either way, doesn't really matter. You're saying, you know what, I'm not putting any energy or effort towards a situation like that with somebody. Nay, nay. Mm-mm. And this has been a difficult decision that you've really had to figure out. Okay, what are my priorities here? How do I really want to handle this for the long term? And the long term is, I don't want to participate in this. I'm getting out of this. I'm committing to myself that I'm not going to participate in this. I think the beautiful thing about being a grown up, and trust me, I counted down until I was a grown up. The beautiful thing about being a grown up is we're in charge. Nobody's the boss of us. So if we find ourselves in a situation that isn't healthy, we can get ourselves out of that. We're not dependent on parents to get us out, or caretakers to get us out, or guardians, or grandparents, or anybody. Now we have the power to make the choice and to step away from something that's toxic or harmful to us. To me, that's the beautiful thing about being an adult. Our life is in our own hands. And this is what's showing up here. You're making that commitment to yourself. Hey, I'm not putting any energy or effort into the situation with somebody who tries to boss me around unnecessarily, or worse. Boss or worse. Okay? So I hope that makes sense for you, my friend. Like I said, the beautiful thing is we get the choice once we get to be adults about where we stay, who we affiliate with, what we tolerate, all of that good stuff. That's in our hands as grown-ups. Sometimes we have to remind our littles that we are grown-ups. Okay, so that was for Tammy. Next we're doing Marianne. Marianne? No, Mariam. I spelled that wrong. Mariam, are you still in the room? Okay, well, good on you. Good on you. When is that Scorpio moon? Is that today? No, that's in 2 days. It's only the 10th. Yay! I love the little heart. Lisa, hello, welcome. Lisa, would you like a message from Spirit, or do you have a question for me today? I think everybody else has asked their question or let me know they want me to read for them. If you guys have not and you want me to read for you, say so. Also, don't forget to put a thumbs up on this video, share it out to the world so that other people can get readings as well. The more people I help, the happier I am. Of course, if you guys don't want your reading to be right here all in front of the world, you can schedule a private with me. All you have to do is check out my website there. That'll tell you how to do that. Boopity doo doo doo. I do have tarot classes coming up. For those of you who have been thinking about learning the tarot, I have tarot classes coming up. You will be incredibly satisfied with the information that comes out of that class. Okay, so a message from Spirit for Lisa Red. Okay, you're going to be after pink here, Miss Lisa. Pinkety pink pink. All right, Miriam. Ooh, we like it. That's a great start right there. Ooh, Fool and the High Priestess. Look at you. Yummy, yummy, yummy. This is awesome. Look at you. Ooh. What do we have here? Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. What's your sign, Miriam? Hello there, Suraj. Am I saying your name correctly? I'll put you on the list for a message from Spirit. You're an Aquarius. Okay, well, that's interesting. I don't have any swords showing up here at all. But look at you. You have the Fool here. The Fool is a whole new beginning, brand new leap of faith. Usually it is actually inspired by some kind of intuitive hit that we just know that we know that we know that we need to make this whole new fresh start. And with the High Priestess, this talks about that this has to do with something having to do with manipulating energy or reading energy, one or the other. The High Priestess knows how to do both, read energy or manipulate energy. Usually, I'm really curious what else is in your chart because usually it's the water signs that are great at reading energy. That's kind of our specialty. And the fire signs are the ones who are really great at manipulating energy. That's sort of their specialty, although they can be pretty intuitive too. So, very interesting. I would love to see the rest of your chart. But you have a whole new beginning, and it has to do with working with energy one way or another, whether that's in your personal life or professionally or whatever that may be. Now, let's look at your best advice or heads up. I am pronouncing it right. Thank you for letting me know that. You're a Taurus rising and a Cap moon, so you've got a lot of earth. Oh, I'm so surprised. Although I do have a good friend who's a Libra who reads. She's very intuitive, so Eric is also intuitive. Let's see. Taurus rising and Cap moon. That's very grounded. Huh. All right. That explains why we don't have so much swords. So we do have one sword card. All right, so let's look at your best advice or heads up. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Okay, 9 of Wands talks about making preparations. It's preparing for something. Okay, so you've got this whole leap of faith that has to do with energy. Prepare for that. Prepare for that. So maybe you've been feeling that change is coming in, that new leap of faith is coming in. But maybe it's been a little overwhelming to you. So you take one little step at a time towards it. This change, this full energy, this is a lifestyle change. With my 6 of Swords in reverse, this is a lifestyle change. Normally, I see it as things like people no longer putting toxic substances in their bodies or exercising more or whatever, things that improve their lifestyle and maybe the longevity of their life. In this case, I think this idea of whatever this new leap of faith is having to do with energy or energy work, light work in some way, whether it's in your personal life or your professional life, this is actually a lifestyle change for you. It's causing a lifestyle change for you. And with the 4 of Cups in reverse, the first thing that it is changing in your life is your attitude. Your attitude. Where you might have felt disappointed and maybe been having a little bit of a pity party, this leap of faith that you're taking that has to do with spirituality or light work or energy, whatever this is actually preparing you for a lifestyle change that increases the length of your life, hopefully, definitely increases the quality of your life. That lifestyle change has to do with your attitude. Your attitude is coming up out of the dumps up into something that is good. So instead of poor me, why aren't things working out for me? Your attitude, because of your spiritual pursuits, is going to start changing into, okay, well, yeah, that was disappointing, but what's the opportunity coming out of that? And looking for that good thing, looking for that silver lining. And that is going to be a lifestyle change. Not only does it change the way you think, but when we start changing the way we think, we change our vibration. When we change our vibration, we change what is drawn to us in our lives. So when we bring that vibration up into something more happy, more grateful, more joyful, we bring better things into our lives. So this is what we have here. You're making a spiritual change. It's a whole leap of faith. You don't even know if it's going to work or not, but you're trying it. You're trying it, and it brings you into a better space. Neptune dominant. That makes sense. And there's so much activity going on in Neptune right now. Woo, baby. So listen, if you think I can do good on 5 little cards, you should really book me for a reading. I will blow your socks off, baby. All right. Let's see. Who else was on my list? After Pink is Lisa. I mean, this is just a reading with a whole bunch of people in the room, and I'm just picking up energy for you and setting the intention for it to be for you. Can you imagine if we had a reading and it was just you and me? You're quite welcome. If you guys would really like to support my channel, I am trying to get it out to the masses. So please put a thumbs up, share this video out to the world. If you feel like supporting my work here, there's also a Buy Me a Coffee link down below. So lots of different ways that you can support me. My biggest thing is I really want to get out in front of more and more and more people. Lisa, Lisa, Lisa. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Everybody here knows what a piggyback message is, right? Boop-a-da-doo-choo. They are a thing in this room, man. Piggyback messages happen all the time. Sir Raj, are you a guy or a girl, honey? Boop-a-da-doo-doo, boop-a-da-doo. Lisa, Lisa, Lisa. That's going to help me identify energies. Okay, thank you. Oh, wow. Wow, Lisa. Oof. Somebody are interacting with us. Some rough energy, man. Rough. You can match them, though. You're their match. Look at this. We've got the Queen of Batons and the King of Batons. The Roy and the Reina. Show me what's going on here. Explain to me this devil and this King of Batons, please. I want to know more about that before I start talking. Show me more about that. Boopity-doo-doo, boopity-doo, boopity-doo-doo, boopity-doo. Okay. All right. Well, this just went from being a PG live stream to R or X-rated. Okay. So, Lisa, we've got somebody showing up at the top of your rating, which means that they have a pretty heavy-duty influence on you. Thank you on the singing. That's a spirit thing. That just bubbles out of me. That's not me trying. So, Lisa, there's somebody in your influence who, with the devil, this doesn't necessarily mean there's something toxic, but it does mean that with this person's expression of sexuality, it's a little bit different than the plain vanilla. A lot different. Okay, so this could be somebody who is into bondage or who is into either giving or receiving, or is into sadism or masochism in the bedroom. Okay, so this is what we have here. So somebody who thinks a little outside of the box when it comes to what is appealing in the bedroom. Let's put it that way. All right, I'm trying to keep this as close to PG rated as I can. All right, now, what do we need to know about this? Best insight or heads up around this situation? This person definitely is going to be taking some kind of romantic action towards you, whether that is taking you out on a date or whatever their version of romantic action is. We see that either they have, because this can be past, can be present, can be future, either they have or they will be taking you out for some kind of romantic action. Here we see you. You can match their energy. I don't think that this scares you at all. I think you could match their energy pretty easily. And with the Four of Cups, this is interesting. I think that it's that what is going on here, I think this person expressing feelings to you is a surprise. I think that maybe you were kind of feeling like, they're not that interested. I think that when they express this to you, either you're very surprised about this, or else you're looking at, well, this wasn't exactly what I expected, but there are some good things here. This may be a little bit not what I was expecting. maybe this person likes to be in charge, and maybe you like to be in charge. So now you're like, well, now what? How can we work this? Do we switch it up? What's happening here? Or vice versa. Maybe they like to be the one that is told what to do, and you like to be the one that's told what to do. So how do we switch that up? So that's where I'm seeing like this is a little bit disappointing because maybe you guys are a little too much alike. But you're looking at, okay, well, what's the silver lining here? What can we actually make work with this? Who was that for? That was for Lisa. I did say if you don't want a reading to be really public, you might want to book a private. Can't say I didn't give you a heads up. Why are you saying wow? Because I went there? I didn't go there. Spirit went there. I just passed along the message. You're quite welcome. All right, Siraj, you're up next. What is Harmon's energy towards Siraj? It was helpful. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. La da da da. What is Harmon's energy towards Siraj? What is Harm? Well, we've got cards falling. We're going to take them. Now, here's the other thing that I'm going to tell you, Siraj, is that feelings are transitory. So when you're looking at somebody's energy towards you, that can change with a text message or with a mood or with the person being triggered by something completely unrelated to you. So feelings are very transitory. That's the first thing that you need to know. Hello there. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. Hello there, Chani. I must be getting old or something because you know what? Like, I don't remember belches just coming out of me unbidden without me even knowing it was going to happen before. Is that an age thing? Johnny, do you want a message from Spirit or do you have a question for me? Guys, don't forget to share this video out to the world if you think you might know somebody else who could use a little mini reading. All right. Ba-ba-da-da-ba. Or who might like my channel in general. Also, if you like these live things, you definitely want to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you know when I go live. So this is for Siraj. You know, here's what I'm going to say about Harmon. Harmon is very interested in their money, their pay, what they get paid. Okay, so I don't know if you're her employer or what the deal is, but look here. This is the Hermit. This says, man, I keep to myself. I'm not dating anybody. We don't really see any interest in anybody. I'm a monk. I am learning about myself and spirituality. I'm focused on things like that. Five of Swords in reverse talks about this idea of she's kind of accepted this idea of being on her own. Four of Wands basically says that maybe her family has kind of pushed her aside. You know, this would say that I don't get along so well in the house of my originating family. Maybe she no longer lives with them. Maybe that's a thing that she does for sanity. And what she's focused on right now is she's focused on creating paydays or maintaining paydays. But paydays are a big focus for her. And we can see why. She's kind of on her own. Family isn't really helping her, so she's doing this on her own. So when we see how she feels about you, there's not much going on with how she feels about you. She doesn't even have her mind pointed in that direction at all. She's just out there trying to make it work on her own. She's not even looking for somebody else or a partner. It's not even on her radar. That's what I would say. Okay, we're only going to use first names when we ask about relationships. She's your ex. That kind of tracks with the way she's looking. Like she's there's no thought about that. You're welcome. Okay, so that takes care of Siraj. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Please recommend me to other people and this channel to other people where appropriate. I am growing. Let's see. Message. Okay, so here's the thing, Chandni, and I think we've had this conversation before. Either you're going to get a message from Spirit where Spirit picks your topic and your time frame, or you're going to ask me a question about something in your life. You pick. Do you want a message from Spirit where Spirit talks to you about whatever they think is most important for you to know, or do you want an answer to a particular question? Thank you. I appreciate that. Ba ba da da ba ba ba. Message. Okay. All right. So this is for Channi. Message from Spirit. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Guys, don't forget to share this video. I'm going to be here a few more minutes. I could probably read for one more person after Channi. So share this video out so whoever else needs to have a reading will end up in this room before I go. Beebity-dee-dee, beebity-dee, beebity-dee-dee, beebity-dee. Oh, look that. The Hermit card again. Oh, we saw that card earlier too. Oh. Okay. Channi, this may have to do with the relationship you were asking about. I'm not going to take that off the table. What I am going to say, when the Hermit comes up in reverse, this tells me that you've taken some time to think something over, or you will, and to figure out where you are now, where you want to be, what are your priorities. And once you've reset your priorities, then we see you coming back out to the world. And instead of actually making plans, we see you really going with the flow. The Three of Wands in reverse is, I'm deciding to just be in the moment, be in the present, be where my power is, be in the now, be very present now. So it looks like this is what you come out with after you're done hermitizing. I call that hermitizing. Now, best advice and heads up for this. First of all, we have our null card coming up in reverse. This would be the Scorpio card. It's the card of death. Pluto, Hades, the underworld. Whenever this card comes up in reverse, this says don't change a thing. When it's right side up, we're making some changes. This says don't change a thing. Once you've come out with your priorities, to be very present in the here and the now, don't change anything. Don't change anything. And it also basically says, with this Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands coming up in reverse, this basically says don't involve yourself with somebody who is coming to you trying to offer you like investment opportunities, or maybe they just want to borrow money, or travel opportunities. This says no, stay in the very present moment. So I think you've got somebody, I think you're trying to stay very much in the present moment. I think you've got somebody coming to you saying, look, I want you to invest in this thing that's in the future and take what you have in this present moment and put it towards the future. This card is saying, stay in the very present moment and tell these people no. Simple 2-letter word, no. Right? So this really says, I think this says staying in the present moment is the perfect thing. Trying to get somebody trying to get you to invest in the future right now robs your present moment of its power. Now, there may come a time later on where it's okay to invest in the future, but that time is not here yet. Not here yet. Be in the present right now. Things are going to be changing. Things are going to be changing worldwide, especially regarding finances, which is going to make us change our careers. Things are going to be changing, so we're going to have to be nimble on our toes as these changes are happening. Being here now is the best thing that we can be doing in a situation that is as fluid as this. And also note, I didn't say chaotic, I said fluid. A lot of people are saying this is chaotic. This is fluid. Does that mean I like it because I'm calling it fluid? Probably not. But I'm trying to put the best spin on it as possible and think about it in the best way as possible. Because when we have fluid times like this, that presents opportunities that we couldn't expect at any other time. So it's really important not to panic and think the sky is falling, but to continue to look for the opportunities that are in front of us in the right here, right now, and work with what's in our hand right now, because we don't know what's coming in 2 weeks. My country has a president that has lost his ever-loving shit. And some of the decisions that he's making are impacting the whole world. Plus, there's chaotic stuff, fluid stuff going on in other parts of the world as well. So it's really important to keep our eyes open for the opportunities because things are changing. We may have to pivot some things. We want to be light on our feet. So we definitely want to be in the here and now. And it's definitely not the time to assume everything's going to be the same way it is now in the future and make investments based on those assumptions. Because it's just not. Oh, yes, India's got some stuff going on too. So, Chandni, as far as your current relationship, what is it like right now? Are you happy in that relationship right now? Like if you set aside what other people think, because remember, we had that hermit showing up in reverse. That hermit is making some decisions without the influence of others. It's what we think inside of us. So look at that relationship from that standpoint. What others say, like you can hear it, but don't let that determine your decisions. What is that relationship like for you in the here and now? That should be what determines your decisions. And same thing with the career. What is it like here and now? 2 weeks from now, it might be different. 2 weeks from now, you might be making different decisions. But what is it here and now? Because you're making decisions right now. If you're okay with it, then why would you get out of it? Just because somebody outside the relationship says so. Ugh. Well, I would say don't worry, stay in the here and now. Just stay in the here and now. And if this guy pops the question, then you get to think about, oh, I don't know. Can I do a future with you? Can I look up and see your face every day for the rest of my life? Does that sound appealing? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Things can happen by the time he gets there that really ease your concerns or clarify your concerns. Either way, just stay in the moment. Okay, let's see. I don't see anybody else coming in and saying hi or that they want a reading or anything else. So I guess it's time for me to wrap this up and get on with my day. If you guys would like to support the channel, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link down below so that you can support my work here on the channel. If you guys would like to book a private reading or a private Reiki session, or if you would like to learn the tarot or learn Reiki, All of that is available on my website. All you have to do is click on that little place, look that up, and you can find out all about me and all the things that I offer. Everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for keeping me company. I love getting to talk to people live and in person. Well, as in person as this can get. It's much more entertaining for me than just doing a video to put up later on. So thank you for being here, and everyone have a fantastic day. Peace out.